When is it worth clicking on Spy Master? How many stacks? I mean, ideally 40. I mean, you want to use it like, you know, when you have high stacks plus like cooldowns, right? Like if I'm on the last boss of the dungeon, I have 40 stacks on pull. I use it on pull. And then as soon as my second Arcane Surge is ready, I use it again. Because if it's the last boss, you know, I don't need to like have any stacks. I'm going to use it, right? But at the beginning of the dungeon, I'm not going to use it until like we get either to the first boss or like a really big trash pool, but not the first trash pool. The first trash pool, you're not going to have stacks, right? You're going to impress it with 2 stacks, not worth it. Yeah, this was the damage on the first boss. Oh my god. Still less than what we did in Necrotic Quake though. When does the fresh hardcore vanilla event start? There's not a set date. I just heard November, that's all I know. I know exactly when in November. Could be like the first day, could be the last week. Maybe there's gonna be information coming out soon. I don't know. Yeah, we're doing the Siege 11. Siege 11 probably deplete and then do the 10. I've timed a couple 10 sieges already when I was tanking, but never as a DPS, so I think if anything looks at me, I die on my mage. I have to like press a defensive on every single mechanic. Oh, I got a flop. Flopping. There we go. We got that out of the way. I always do that event if it's like close to being over. I don't care about like the boxes before. I just want the 1000 renown. The first 11 that I'm trying. Actually second. I did try an 11 mist on Hunter, but this is harder than 11 mist. I mean, 11 is all about just not dying. You don't die, then you're good. And dying is gonna be easy. I do have flask and oil. No food buff though, but who needs that? Plus 159% more health and damage. Jesus. That's a lot. I believe in this team. I'll try to use my defensive when I think it's gonna happen so I don't die. Oh my god, these firebombs. I mean, this pull is so hard now. We're just gonna mirror images here. Gonna mass burger. When this thing is alive, it reduces the damage the other mobs take and it stacks, so probably gotta focus it at this level. Okay, I'm gonna save my cooldowns for the next pull. This pull is secure, we're not dying to it, so no reason to send cooldowns here. I wonder when that this interrupt happens though. I had to learn the cast. Nice, he's doing the route I do. Smart tank. I'm just popping a defensive randomly here in case we take a bunch of damage. Okay, that touch of the Magi was very bad. I shouldn't touch that ad. Unless it's full HP. If it's full HP, it's a good touch. But that was low HP. Okay, that was an Omega big pull with the petrol and somehow no one died. The bear get is good. Yeah, you give everybody one... How much is it? 1.3 million absorb? God damn, it goes up with gear. It used to be like 1 million. Dude, no one died on the trash in the beginning. This is kind of pog. Fuck, out of range, bro. Line of sight, bro. Ah, my cooldowns, bro. I should have saved my cooldowns for when he takes 50% more damage, to be honest. What? There was a bomb. Did someone blow up the bomb there? I got trolled, right? Like, someone blew up the bomb. I should have just went behind the other one, I guess. But, I mean, I didn't assume someone's gonna do that, right? Like, I don't know. I was about to, like, Night Fae on his face. This is actually very scary. I'm gonna Masberger. Images. And do 0 damage, but it's okay. Luckily, I just used my Spy Master, so I didn't lose a lot of stacks. Oh shit, my gear is breaking. I need to repair. Luckily, you can mount in this dungeon. Didn't they say this ad doesn't run away anymore? Yeah, it's taking 60%. See, like, you don't kill that ad fast, you get wrecked. 60% DR. Yo, how are Asarogues gonna be playing the game with this mechanic? They're gonna be in combat all the time. It's like anti-Asarogue. 40 stack Spy Master, boys. We're gonna pump here. Big DPS, bro. Almost over aggroing. I got aggro. Sorry. They gotta fix threat in this expansion, bro. That's the next thing I want on bucket list, is threat being actually removed. Not removed from the game, but just like retail-y. You know, where like you hit something twice as a tank, you have aggro forever. It ain't like that right now. It's actually like, honestly, like Cataclysm level. like the threat. Maybe even rat level. Nah, like Kata level. Never mind, didn't. Yo, shoot the boss. What a god. I hope it doesn't pull too big. Fuck, he's pulling big. Holy shit. I'm gonna stink on this pack. Rushing slam. Mass burger. Insane burger. Holy fuck. I wish I saved my cooldowns for this pull. It would have been keck insane. AoE stop. I use now. It's still worth it, right? I would have died of an Invisor. Dude, I had to use every fucking defensive to survive this. I guess I could have alter timed as well. Because it does like 3 to 4 million damage to slam on this level. And there's like 2 of them happening. Little alter there for the boys. First alter time used this key. Pug. They might see this has not been used well. Like they always like on trash packs are almost dead. But the next pack is easy, right? Like it's just 4 mobs. Like it was honestly that first pull here was insane. Like that's what I should have my cooldowns on. This pack is actually this is 6 mobs. Yeah, I see this would have been better on this. I thought this was 3 mobs. I don't know what to use Spy Master on. If it's like next boss or maybe a big pack, because it's gonna be 40 very soon. I should use it on my next CDs. Yeah, the next pack actually. Next pack is insane. I will literally solo the next pack. I'm gonna carry the next pack, chat. Look at this damage. Look what I'm gonna do to this pack. No! I should have pre-walled, man. Do I release? That's almost over. I died in 0.1 seconds. 2 shots is enough. I used my supernova on the first, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just press my globals now and do damage. I should have just ice colded. It would have been bad if I died like before I did my damage. I like pressed 1 supernova and I was like, okay, now I can chill. I should have like after that used my ice cold in case I get targeted, right? Like if you get targeted by 2, you just get killed if you're a mage. Okay, here I use my ice cold for sure. Wait, that did no damage. Is that nerf? Yo, big DPS, bro. Ah, man, it died too fast with the... Man, I think it's worth it, though. Yeah, I still think it's good to touch it like that. Because the faster you kill it, the damage reduction goes away. I think, like, not using CDs there or touching a different ad will actually be worse for the group. Yeah, I got cooldowns on next pack. I think I don't save for boss here. We're good on the timer. We just have to not die. I would do no damage on this boss, but it's all good. Ouch! Okay, we need to press defensive on that every time. I'm touching this because I'm a team player. Okay, that's not worth. That was not worth, bro. I don't know, like... Fuck. It's so awkward, man. I have no defensive. It's fine. I'm not taking any damage, bro. Yeah, but we're not going to be top overall anyway. Might as well cog the ad. I don't mind. I'm getting carried in this group anyway. Alright, the next one is the overlap. You think this tank knows the overlap? For sure, yeah. I should have honestly saved my biggest defensive for the overlap. I don't know why I used it there. Ooh. No! Bro! Alright, now I'm gonna pump DPS, guys. I swear to God. Damn, bro. Dude, it's tight. Yeah, it's tight. Okay, so now how do I survive this boss? Holy shit. Did you see? He's dead. Yeah. Slam and debuff equals big defensive. That goes dying really slow because we have cooldowns on it. I'll have cooldowns for the next big tentacle though. Don't die. No, Evoker. We have a rest for him. We have a rest. Holy shit, this boss is hard. Do I have a rest for him? Deplete. It's deplete, I think, yeah. I have all CDs for the next one, though. Next one melts. Next one melts. And I have all defensive. Like, don't dispel me first, Uncle Poon. Always dispel me last. Unless it's on the blood decay. I want to get it. Give it to me. Give it to me, bro. Nice. We skipped the slam. Bro, it's tight. I don't think we're making it. Don't dispel me, bro. I'm fine. No. Yeah, there's no way we're timing this. Holy shit. This boss takes so long. We got to the boss with 5 minutes. We're still on the second. I mean, I got all my cooldowns, but... No way. Unless we have the biggest damage in the planet. This boss has like 800 million health effectively. It's insane. It's a good try, boys. A good try. Honestly, it went a lot better than I expected. It was clean. Like, I died twice. Evoker died twice here. That was it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I don't think we would have timed it even if the Evoker didn't die, to be honest. Because, like, then there's the RP in the end, right? Actually, would have maybe made it. It would have been close with the Evoker not dying. Very close. Because, like, these ads spawning actually take a lot of effort to kill. And makes the fight a lot longer. 44 seconds over we're. I got score for that at least. I think my best was like a 9. In 1 more minute, yeah. Even if he didn't die, I don't think we would have made it. Evokers are overrated. They're probably overrated if you have like a weak DPS like me in the group that's not like super geared, right? I mean, if you have a Frost Decay and like a geared Arcane Mage, it's kind of good though. They add a lot of survivability, right? But I'm glad that happened, even within time. It like, because like if I did that 11 and we depleted early and people left, then I would be forced to run a 10, and then the 10 might be depleted and people leave as well. So like it's good to get one like plus 10 done, and now we have a 10 to do here. It's perfect.
We can, yeah.
But I almost timed an 11, but obviously, you know, there was one more pumper DPS instead of that druid. But
if we go siege though, I'm not coming on DK. I'm coming on some alt.
oh, we're fucked then. No, we shouldn't do it then.
I can come on red.
I think we're still fucked.
Yeah.
Because none of us are blasting.
If you do lower than 1 million, you're definitely doing something wrong, by the way.
No, it's the affix. It's unplayable. You don't understand how Arcane Mage works. Like, you literally can't play with this affix. Your cooldowns are coming up when you don't need them. And then you have to kill the ad. If you kill the ad, you can't use your cooldowns. It's actually an insane, like, I'm doing like 30... I did 1.5 million DPS on this mage 1 week ago with 5 less eye level.
Wait, what do you mean you can't do any...
You have to play Arcane to get it. I'm not gonna explain it to you. Just, it's completely fucked.
Your cooldowns are mostly single target.
Yeah, but like
anyway,
the way it works is you put a debuff on a target, right? So if I put the debuff on the ad, it dies too fast. If I put the debuff on the boss, the ad doesn't die. So I have to hold my damage. Like, it's just bad. Like, I've never done this low DPS before. It's the affix. Nothing else.
I think you just passively cleave that mob during your cooldowns and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I think you do as well. Yeah. But it's still kind of bad because the boss has a damage reduction. Like, in my Siege 11 with an AUG, I did 1.15 million only. The affix that lowers your cooldowns basically makes you use your cooldowns more often, but you will do less damage than if you use your cooldowns without the affix. Like, less often. It's like less meaningful cooldown usage, you know? But then you're like either holding for the next pack and then the affix does nothing, or like you just send them like when the pack's about to die. You know what I mean? It's not really worth it, right? Yeah, Frost Mage is way better this week. I don't know about Fire Mage, but yeah, Frost is like, they have Icy Veins, that's it. So a class that has like 1 cooldown is gonna be good. But like the way Arcane works, it's literally just doing 3 keys makes me not want to play this week as Arcane. I'm not even gonna bother. But we're gonna do 4 10s is the last one, then we can play the other classes. I think Eddie's gonna be good. I think Marksman's gonna be really good this week. Marksman's gonna be insane.
Well, this Mist Runner is gonna be weird because no one can pull mobs from sides, right?
What are you talking about? Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have to be stuck with like 1 and 2 mobs. So unless we have really good damage, we're not gonna time it, I think.
We'll be fine.
At least in 11, it's like that. Even if you have insane damage, if no one can pull sides, it's already like timer is gonna be close, you know? You can't two-chest it, like you gotta have someone pulling from sides. But which classes can do it? Because I've seen... Yesterday we didn't have any pet class, and it still got pulled.
I don't understand how that shit works, man. The way you can pull the sides.
I am usually porting to dungeons, but Mists, I've never timed the 10, so...
Dude, it takes 1 minute to get here, though. It really does.
I'm already in the zone, brother. Don't worry. So you're saying that it's easier to fly all the way to the dungeon than click 1 button in your spellbook?
It is.
I mean, we have red. We have a lot of passive cleave.
But if everyone's cleaving, it's bad. Can I check?
It's just important that that mob is in melee. So if you're kiting it in range, I am never coming to you. Like,
yeah, but
that's
I'm
the
not
issue,
gonna
you know.
Get it in range unless I insta start nuking it, right?
It happened a couple times last time. It spawned
Yeah.
in range, and I was CBA moving to it, you know.
Well, I do no damage to this pool because my class will die if I don't press 3 globals.
Okay, using Ank here was not the smartest. Oh, why don't we skip it?
Nah, this
even
pool
have
is
a way
so
to-
easy, man.
This pull gives almost no percent, and this mob is so annoying.
Which one?
The one that does AoE under it.
Nah.
And you have to kick 2 mobs. So this
I
pull
kick
is
circle.
completely awful.
I really find this
Thi-
pool easy.
This one is probably the worst in the dungeon.
No.
We always have to move, we cannot cleave.
I'm dead.
Yeah? Very good pull.
Yeah, but no one interrupts.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
Tank is dead, by the way. Healer's not here.
Thankfully, it's not my key. With these monkeys, I can already see, bro.
Why the fuck would he pull? Man, I swear, tanks are mentally in retail. There's no way these guys are, like, good in the head. He's pulling the next pack when the healer is dead, and they're still, like...
Well, now we need to pull
Embrace
next,
who you
because we're not hitting 2 mobs. Hello?
No, it's still bad. If he pulls more, it's still bad, I think. Like, I don't know, good luck. This is why I have 4 tanks this expansion, bro. That's 4 characters where I don't have to worry about this bull.
Isn't it? Is it his key?
This.
Yeah, I mean, this is 100% deplete already.
I don't mind, bro. Why did it do it so late, the AoE on that mob?
It just turned 50%.
I swear it did it already. Happened twice.
No, it was the first mob first.
Yeah, I was like thinking like the first one lasting so long was the second mob AoEing. It's fine, we can still time the key, bro. Ah, haha.
No, we can't.
It's disaster, bro. This is what happens when I don't tank every time. I'm telling you, we did this today on 9, and the tank, he pulled both the big mobs in the first one. It was insane, like, because those big guys, they have like a grip, you know? They like grip one guy, he gets stunned, can't stop it. If like you pull 2, then like 40% of players are just being stunned all the time.
I mean, it's very simple. You gotta remember how this game works, and to get 2.3k score, any monkey can do it. And it seems like, I'm not blaming you, but it seems like you like to invite 2.3k tanks.
Everyone has 2.3k score in the game.
Exactly, so they're all shit. That means that you can't invite them, you don't want to invite them.
But we gotta learn at some point. They gotta learn, you know? They're gonna learn if you don't invite them.
Like, I usually even afraid to invite 2.5k tanks, because if you're a main tank, and you don't have 2.6, you gotta be...
No, bro. You
Because
like,
to
what
get-
are your
yes.
expectations? It's just 10.
My expectations...
What?
Yes, because if you've done 10, you have 265, 2650.
No,
If
but
you've
that's if
done
you've done
10.
every 10. Not everybody does every 10.
Oh, I guess it's very hard as a main tank to do 10s. What? If you
not
haven't done
everyone
all
is on
10s,
the
why the
same,
fuck would I invite you? No, but you're inviting a tank to a 10. This tank have never done 10. For example, the previous key, the Dawnbreaker. You invited a tank with 2.3k score who've done only 8. What do you mean what you expect from him? I expect him to do at least 10.
Thanks for interrupting, bro. Instead of screaming at me.
I'm not screaming at you, I'm screaming
you
at the
are.
fact that all these tanks are so dumb, bro.
Well, the weird thing is like, you know...
You're telling me I can't expect 2.6k score. Tell me, if you would only play warrior, would you be able to do 10s?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you would be almost 2.7. So can I expect a tank to at least do 10s? Of course I fucking can.
I don't know, still, like, I think some tanks, they just do the easy 10s, right? That's what I'm saying. They do the easy 10s, they don't do all the 10s.
Yeah, but then why would you invite them in the hard
Yeah,
10s
but
then?
if you're gonna do
If
a
they've
mist,
never done
you
it.
don't need to invite a tank that timed that 10 Grim Batol. Like, if I was gonna do, like, a 10 Grim Batol, then I think you're right. But if you're doing a 10 mist, it's like... You don't need to have insane high score for it. It's pretty easy. Same with, like, RKR, right? But some dungeons are pretty hard, and yeah, you kind of need higher score for them.
I
but don't
understand
think
what
this
you're
one-
saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I think if a tank haven't done 10s in every single dungeon, he doesn't know routes probably in any dungeon at all.
Nah,
That's the thing.
That's not true, bro. Like, that's not true. Like, I've learned the routes from doing, like, 6s. It depends what routes.
No, you haven't.
Yes.
What? What do you
I've
mean,
not changed
bro?
any of my routes since I've done 6s. The only reason to
Well-
change route is if you are doing, like, a 12 and you have to pull extremely big to time the key. Am I wrong?
You just got lucky that those dungeons you didn't have to change much. But like if you're pulling the pull that he pulled in like 10 or 11, it's a definite fucking wipe or someone die. That pull
exactly,
is always
and I never
skip.
do that pull. I've never done that pull. I never will do that pull.
On +6 you would never learn to not do that pull.
No, but the thing is,
You-
I
you
don't
don't
like
do
chain
that
pull
pull
like
because
that. I
you
don't
know
like
it
pull up.
from
I don't
previous
pull up.
expansion.
No, I don't pull like a big pack into another big pack like that, right? That's what I'm saying. Like what I'm complaining about is tanks. They're pulling like unnecessarily big pulls that don't make any sense in like 10s, right? Like for example, that first pull in the beginning with like the 2 big ads, you know. I'm not gonna do that pull. I've never done that pull. You know, like last time we did that pull in the Necrotic Wake, that pull is undoable on all key levels. You don't do that pull. But it makes sense, I guess, to fuck around in like a 7 if you have a strong group, but you're not gonna do that in a +10. Because like, look, you get by 1 mechanic, you just die in +10, right? That's the game. I feel like if you're doing a 10, you should know that like a pull that you manage to do on 8 barely is not gonna work on 10, right? It's a kind of like common sense. But people think they're like insanely like strong or whatever. I don't know.
Everything that you say makes sense, but for me, if I see a tank and it's his main character and he's less than 2.5, he is or he is not playing M+ at all.
To be fair,
That's just
that
that
tank
simple.
did link his route, and I went like, what the f is this? But I didn't say anything else. We should have like, you know, consulted him about it. I'm really pressing defensive on this. I CBA dying to it again. Yeah, would have died. If I didn't have the 70% DR on both of those, I would have actually died. But it is crazy though, like the variety of routes you see from different tanks. And I think the problem is if you get used to your own route and then you join like a group and they're running something different, you're gonna be like off-put by it, right?
And your party doesn't understand it, it means that you're bad at the game and you shouldn't fucking tank. Or you should watch a video of someone else tanking and pick up his route. Because the good routes, they always make sense. And there are different good routes, but they always make fucking sense.
I think there's
But
two
what these
different
people are
routes.
doing-
Yeah, there's the route that works for like timing at 10 or lower, and then routes that are like kind of like 12 plus. That's what I think. There's only like 2 real routes per dungeon. There might be like small varieties of it, but like it's not much. Like, 'cause it is kind of like common sense. So once you've done a dungeon a few times, you kind of get used to like what you can do. It's like, okay, we have to kill this trash. We don't have to kill this trash. That's it. But what I'm saying is what people are doing is they're putting like 2 large pulls at the same time and like a 10 key when you really don't have to do it. Maybe they're doing it on a +12, right? Perhaps, but you don't have to do that on 10. It's more like throwing. It's like you're just doing something unnecessary that just doesn't need to happen, and it makes it like harder. I think that's like the problem with a lot of tanks that I've noticed. They make the key harder for themselves, for the healer and for the DPS. But I wonder where they get the idea from. That's what I'm saying.
Those are just very awful players, bro, and you don't need to invite them. That's the thing.
But you say they're awful players, but they're still way above the average player, right? The average player's not doing 10s, and they're doing 10s.
That's a very f***ing good argument, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about them not giving a shit about good routes and doing some random f***ing shit. And of course, any tank that doesn't have 2.6 is gonna do routes in at least one of the dungeons, because they are bad. They haven't checked anything, they don't know what routes to do, and they haven't timed the 10s at all, because their score is 2.3, so they've only done 9s. And that's the reason why I don't care if healer has low score. Like, you know, you're asking me, do we invite the shaman? He's 2.3, I don't mind. It's very hard for him to fuck up, but if we invite a tank who's 2.3, there is a high fucking possibility that he's a fucking very high possibility.
Sadly, I agree with you, bro.
Is it too much to ask from your tank to time 10 when you're doing 10? In
I
3
think it
weeks of
is.
time when
I
they
think it
can
is.
join. It is because you think so, because you're a DPS player, it's hard for you to find a group. But for them, anything they queue, they get insta invited. And if the key is depleted, it's their fault usually, not the DPSers. So it's all about the tanks. They can carry the key alone, bro. You've seen Grim Battle 10. You are doing below 1 million DPS, and there's one guy who's doing above 1 mil. That the tank is decent, you insta complete it. How hard is it to complete every 10?
It is
every
very
10 of
hard.
The tank?
It is
It's
very
not
hard.
hard. It's
You
not
think
hard.
it's not hard, but you're just...
If you carry, all you need is DPSers to do 1 million overall, which any monkey can do, and you can carry as a tank, and you can have 2.7k score almost. There is, like...
in your head,
can't
you're
prove me
right,
otherwise.
but you have to understand not even the average, like the above average player still can't time every key on 10.
But we are not supposed to play with slightly above average players, we're doing 10s. Like, You're doing 10s, but you're
Yeah, but
inviting
here's what
average
you
players.
need to
Like, what do you
understand.
expect?
If I'm gonna sign up for a 10, then I want to get score out of it, right? Most of the time, unless you want weekly. So then, like, odds are you haven't
but that's
timed
if
that
you're
one
not
yet.
a tank. That's if you're not a tank. If you're a tank and you haven't gotten a score from plus 10 in 3 weeks, you're bad at the game. Or you're a casual who doesn't play a lot. But then why would you be in my group then?
At some point, like, you have to time the 10s. If you haven't done it yet, then you have to join the 10s.
Yes, but
that's what I'm
why,
saying. It's
why
like Catch
didn't they do
22.
it week 1 or week 2?
Because it
Explain
was
it to me.
harder. It was harder.
No, I don't know, bro.
Yeah. I think you're being a bit, like, giga toxic.
I'm not toxic towards anyone. I'm just saying I don't want to invite these people. I'm not toxic towards them. They can do whatever they want. I mean, you can see how your keys are going, right? 10s are extremely easy nowadays, especially with me on a DK. So the damage is never a problem. So what problem do we have in keys usually? It's tanks.
Well, we are dying and we're not interrupting, but yeah, also that one pull pretty much, which is there's like a weird one pull that's happening in every key that makes no sense. That's been the issue, yeah.
Bro, we always deplete keys because of tanks. You can literally not interrupt anything in 10s. And trust me, I've interrupted more than anyone in this dungeon. But you can literally interrupt almost 0 in 10s and still complete it. You just need a good tank who's gonna do it.
Oh, I have to kill this.
And since we're depleting 50% of keys on average, I would say 99% of those depletes are tank falls. Which means that our decision making is not
you're
correct.
right, but here's the thing. The thing about the tanking is if you make a mistake with the route and then you cause a wipe, it's more damaging than what the mistakes the DPS are making. The DPS are making more mistakes than the tank probably, but the tank's mistake is more noticeable. Yeah.
And that is why I don't mind.
That's why no
dividing
one
a
tanks, by the way.
2.2k
No one
healer.
tanks because they don't want the responsibility. They don't want to deal with this bullshit and be blamed for everything. Even though it is their fault, like their mistake is more noticeable, right? Like you can tell instantly when a tank fucks up. Like I'm making probably more mistakes than the tank in this key, right? But my mistakes are not as obvious. It's just for me, I get mad at these tanks because their mistake is like very greedy to pull like a pack like that. That's all. That's why I got pissed.
Oh, absolutely. But then when you watch hardcore clips of people dying, do you get mad of them dying because they're bad at the game? Would you get mad if someone wipes your group in a hardcore in a 5-man? Yes, you're mad, but it's your fault that you've playing with them, that you've decided to go with a bad player and play the key with them, right?
I don't think they're bad. It's just like I don't know why they do that, like a certain pools. That's it. You know, like I think this tank is doing a good job overall, apart from that one mistake he made. Like legit.
Okay, well, I'm not talking about this tank. This tank is doing amazing, other than one pull.
Exactly.
I'm talking about us inviting not necessarily bad players, but players that haven't done 10 in 3 weeks. Like that is just I don't understand.
If you haven't
that.
done 110 in 3 weeks, like not one, and you're trying to join a 10, then yeah, it is a little. But at some point you have to, unless you do your own key.
But
Of
me and
course.
you, we always invite people who have never done those keys yet. We are inviting people who are aiming for a score.
But it's not only us, this is everyone. This is how it is in the beginning. Not everyone's done every dungeon, right? I understand what you're saying, like it would be better.
But would you rather wait a little bit and get a tank who's slightly better?
Probably,
or would
yeah,
you invite...
probably. If you really want to time the key, and yeah. And chat knows it. Like, chat's like, yeah, I also never find tanks. Like, this guy complaining here, he can't find, like, a insanely high tank. I'm lucky to... How did I die? Dude! I died to the bug, man! It's real. It's actually real, the bug. I thought people were lying about that. There's actually invisible shit on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a thing on this boss. I never had it happen to me, chat. Because people were complaining about it when I was watching like a stream. I was like, there's invisible shit on the ground. Never heard. That might have caused it. We have lost in a bit though. Like literally out of combat lost, no cap.
Yeah, out of combat last and we kill 0.4
Healer's gonna go
mobs.
pull mobs or not healer. Fuck the embrace, or?
Go last already. Oh, we're in combat with the mob. Oh no.
I pulled the wasp,
Not happening.
Feels bad, man. That is so cringe. It's like a bug, I'm telling you, there's like a thing where there's shit on the ground that you don't see and you just die to it. I didn't even think that was actually real, but it is real. Yeah, literally watch my stream if you think I'm lying. It actually is a bug. I'm not playing this mage until next week, so I don't have to. This is the first time I've ever have 2 mythic options.